Hey guys, welcome to my backyard. I wanted to take a couple minutes and share with you some of the things that have been going on over the last 60, 90 days in the ministry. Over that time period with Standing Stone, I've been able to meet up with around 30 pastors now, all of which I'm trying to encourage to whatever level they'll allow me to. But I wanted to share with you two in particular connections that I've made in that time. And one of them, I was driving down the 405 freeway. Just learned that my 4 o'clock appointment had canceled, and just moments later I got a phone call from a number I didn't notice, I didn't recognize. I picked up the phone and had a conversation. Ends up it was a pastor that I had met years before, and based on the shakiness of his voice, I had recognized very quickly that this was not just a social call. And so he had asked if I had some time to spare, and I said absolutely. When would be good for you? He actually said, I was hoping right now. I'm in Fountain Valley and would love to connect with you. So I literally pulled off the exit that was next on the freeway and met him at a coffee shop that we both agreed upon. And as I sat with him, I started to see the pain and more importantly the fear in his countenance, and he shared with me that he had been engaging in flirtatious behavior online, and that flirtatious behavior had now transitioned into a place where he knew he was way over his head. And so I had a chance to sit and talk with him, and since that day, that behavior has completely stopped, and we are moving towards steps that will strengthen his marriage and strengthen his ministry and his efforts, and it's in process and it's in progress. But right now, I spoke with him this morning. Right now, he's experiencing freedom from something that he has been dealing with for the last 8 years, and that is amazing. The second story is a little bit more heartbreaking, but in that heartbreak, there's a great deal of excitement and encouragement. I had a friend of mine out of county who dropped a line to me, and she said, I have an old pastor of mine that's struggling, and I was wondering if you could reach out to him. I just learned that he stepped down from his position as senior pastor due to a moral failure. And your stomach just drops. I mean, it's painful, but at the same time, there's this instinct that arose in me that I needed to go after this guy. I had no idea who he was. I'd never met him. And so I reached out to 4 people on his staff that I knew he would be in tight, close contact with, and I reached out to them for a solid week. I left voicemail after voicemail and reached out to them on different days, and it breaks my heart, but not a single one of those guys ever got back to me. And after a week, I resolved, I can't wait any longer, and so I got his personal cell phone from my friend, and I called him on a Saturday morning out in front of the Central Library here in Huntington Beach. And I can remember the nerves were going. It was like game time jitters, like I haven't experienced since my college playing days. And I just picked up the phone, and you'll never believe it, but he answered the other line. And he picked up, and I introduced myself, and from the moment that contact was made, I knew that there was God's preparation for both of us to have a conversation that nobody wants to have. But it was an accepting conversation. It was a vulnerable conversation, and between 2 strangers, and 2 guys no less, there was a connection that was made. And we've been in contact ever since, and he and his wife are on a retreat to mend their marriage right now, and when they get back, we're going to be taking steps to help him put it back together and find out what God is going to do through this painful experience, and how he's going to bring about a positive kingdom growing result to something that certainly caused a lot of pain and hurt and heartache, because we all know the story's not over. It's not over, and we're going to embrace whatever it is that God's going to try to raise up in both of these men, so that they can continue to have effective ministries, and that they can continue to learn what it looks like to love their wives like Christ loved the church. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And it's because of your support that I'm able to do these things. It's because of your support that I'm able to connect with nearly 30 pastors on a regular basis, breathing encouragement into them, and to allow them to see from an outsider's perspective just how important their work is, and to be there for them in times of need. And it's your support that allows me to devote time and energy to these men who represent not only congregations but represent households. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that you've allowed me to do this. I definitely appreciate your support, and I need your support so that I can continue to get out there and be available to these guys and their families who need somebody to believe in them and somebody to breathe life into them. So thank you guys. I'll drop more updates as they come, and can't wait to tell you more about what God's doing through all of your support and my efforts in this ministry. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.